Welcome to the WRAL Daily Download. I'm Megan Glova. Research Triangle Park covers 7,000 acres in Wake and Durham counties. 55,000 people also work at RTP, but no one lives there. WRAL Shaun Gallagher is here now to talk about some rezoning that could change that. Shaun, thanks for being here.
Yeah, no problem, Megan.
So what was it exactly that Wake County approved?
Yeah, so they approved some zoning changes here in RTP. Since 1959, RTP has been designated as a research and development specific area for businesses to come in here. That means no homes, no hotels, no restaurants, no shops of any kind. But this zoning change will change all of that here in Wake County, which will allow for a lot of redevelopment to allow this to become a live, work, and play type of space.
All right. And so does Durham County still have to vote on this? And if so, how does their vote impact what's happening in Wake?
Yeah, exactly. They do have to vote on this because right now RTP is situated between Wake and Durham counties with the vast majority of it in Durham. Only about 27% of RTP is situated here in Wake County. So the decision here only concerns about a quarter of the land mass here. So Durham County commissioners will have to take this similar kind of zoning request change into account there. We don't have a date or time for when that is set, but regardless of what they decide, they could be the complete opposite of what they've done in Wake County. No matter what happens, Wake County's portion of RTP can move forward with this, but they don't want to start moving forward right away. They want to see if Durham County is going to make the change so that it'll just affect everyone all at once. But if RTP remains the same in Durham County, the Wake County changes won't take place until the very latest of May 1st next year.
Gotcha. And can you give us some perspective of, as we've mentioned, RTP, a very large plot of land, but
right.
How much of it will be open to these changes exactly?
So they say that it's about 500 acres that will be up for these kinds of redevelopment. That accounts for about 7% of the total land mass. But this isn't just like open spaces in Wake County, Wake County's portion of RTP. This will be initiated by the companies or the businesses that own the land already for them to decide if they want to redevelop the land that they already have to make it more attractive for their employees to want to live here or after work for them to, want to get a bite to eat before they head to their home elsewhere. So those decisions on what will be done with the land will largely be figured out by the companies or the people who own the land that the companies are leasing.
Gotcha. Now that makes sense. Who wouldn't want to, live or eat closer to work? That makes sense.
Yeah. It's easy. You get hungry right after work, right?
Exactly. Shaun, you spoke with the CEO of the Research Triangle Foundation. What did he have to say about all this?
Yeah, he's super pumped about this. The kind of symbolic thing that I thought was really cool is we spoke to him on Juneteenth. That is if you've ever been to a Juneteenth celebration, it's amazing. They are very diverse crowds. You see, people that are just enjoying being out and about. You see people of color that are just enjoying the celebration of freedom. We did this at RTP's hub, which it really was symbolic of what this could mean in the future. This is what he's calling the downtown of RTP. They already have people who are actually living in apartments there because they're kind of exempt from the what you would expect from this. They are exempt from the RTP rules and regulations because they're kind of situated in a special area there. But it really gave you an idea of what could happen with this, that it's an area for people to get together, to, enjoy each other's company, enjoy events like this, spend a little money at some new restaurants or, maybe go out for a drink or anything like that. So it's kind of a microcosm of what he expects for the area in years to come.
Right. And it seems like, even those are a lot of pros to this kind of development in the area. But did you get any perspective from maybe folks you did see in RTP today or even, the CEO of the Research Triangle Foundation, pros and cons to this rezoning as a whole?
Yeah, so I think the pros we've pretty much covered. That, this could be a big boom for business. It could attract even more business. But one of the big cons that I had as far as questions for the leader of the Research Triangle Foundation is, the history of RTP was to bring development here, make this an economic epicenter for the area. So areas around RTP could also benefit from this, that Durham would see benefits, that Raleigh would see benefits. And if they're doing something like this that, makes people want to just stay in RTP, well, that kind of insulate them from, the benefits that people have seen for 6 decades now of this being such a research and development epicenter of really the country. And, the president and CEO of the Research Triangle Foundation says he doesn't see that as an issue, that, it's something that, people will choose to live here and they will choose to, enjoy themselves here and spend some money. But there's enough to go around. And, the tax base here will also go to both counties. So while I'm sure there will be cons for us to delve into as this gets underway, if it has to do with infrastructure or any changes with water systems or anything like that, that's still way down the line for us to, speculate about. But right now, it feels very positive that this is going to be a big bonus for Wake County and possibly Durham County.
All right, fantastic. So I guess we'll just end with, I know we don't have an exact timeline on everything just yet, but is there any insight you can give us into what's next? Is it that Durham vote? Is that really the next big step?
Yeah, I'd say that's probably the next thing to keep our eyes on, because they're not going to start actually making redevelopment here in Wake County until they either make a decision or next May, which is, basically a year away. So for now, it's just a celebration of what's to come in Wake County and then perspective of what's to come in Durham County as well.
All right. Still exciting. Sounds like this could be a very popular spot. Shaun, thanks so much.
Of course.
And thank you for listening to the WRAL Daily Download. You might be listening to this podcast on WRAL.com or the WRAL News app. But you can also find it on Spotify, Apple Podcast, or anywhere you listen to podcasts. Follow the show so you don't miss an episode. I'm Megan Glova. Thanks for listening.